or power. But in Fiji, we are born into happiness. It fills our eyes, our ears, our lungs, and our bellies. Because here we may be born into happiness, but there is more than enough to share.
The Fijian Cup, supporting grassroots Fiji. With international teams flying in to go up against the best club teams in Fiji. Over 50,000 in prizes for each sport, the Fijian Cup is placing a spotlight on untapped talent. A tournament like no other.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Lawaqa Park here in Sigatoka, here in beautiful Fiji. Well, we've been here for about 3 or 4 days and nothing, absolutely nothing compares to Fiji's incredible culture when you combine it with all of these great experiences that the players have had over the last 48 hours. MG, it's a unique experience.
Well, that's why one of the great attractions to this Fijian Cup, having it down here in Sigatoka, it is essentially the capital of the Coral Coast, one of Fiji's most prominent and famous tourism destinations. So you've got a myriad of world-class resorts down here. We've been fortunate enough to be staying at the Shangri-La nearby, but there's plenty of other resort options and hotels to choose from. And then you've got the beautiful ocean and coral reefs at your doorstep. There you've got beautiful sand dunes to go and explore. You've got the hinterlands, going on whitewater rafting, jet boat riding. It's really an ideal location, especially for families, or you know, could be just a romantic getaway, perhaps.
Well, indeed. I mean, you know, let's just think of it this way. I mean, the Fijian Cup is the most, I believe anyway, the most incredible gateway tournament around. I mean, it just supports Fiji, of course, you know, with the economy boost that so many tourism providers are providing here, an opportunity to come on down and witness this fabulous event. And it's bringing all sporting codes from across New Zealand, Australia, Fiji together as one, bringing rugby league community together as one. And that's a great thing, to compete, relax and unwind at a tournament, MG, like no other.
Well, it is like no other, you're right, and it's going to only grow in stature year on year. And it is the second year of the Fijian Cup. You've got a host of international teams, as I mentioned, predominantly from Australia and New Zealand, 7 in total, 16 men's teams, 8 women's teams. Of that, as I mentioned, 7 international teams making up the pool teams qualifying for today's finals action. So it's going to go bigger and bigger, and this tournament is set to go places.
Indeed, and we would like to thank our major advertising partners right here for the tournament. Of course, we couldn't do it without the great support of Fiji Airways. Tourism Fiji have been fantastic, and Tourism HQ, along with a plethora of other sponsors, MG.
Yeah, and the Fijian Rugby League are very happy to have APCO Coatings on board as their major sponsor as well, because for those in the South Pacific would know that APCO Coatings is a major brand for home painting and industrial painting and other types of coatings needs. So they're very happy to have them on board as the major sponsor for the Fijian Rugby League. And big shout out to the CEO, Don Notable, who was overseeing this fantastic occasion.
Indeed he is. Well, we're just standing by now for our first clash of the morning. The Saru Dragons on your screen. In the middle of the field, ready for the heat of the battle, and they're taking on the the Moseley Highlanders. They'll be the first team to receive the footy. It'll be the Dragons to kick off. It'll be the Dragons running from right to left on our screens of KO Sports, Sky NZ, and locally here on Fiji TV. What a day it's going to be. High anticipation, finals day, and we have takeoff. Welcome to the Fijian Cup, day 2 of finals footy, as the Highlanders bring the ball back to the halfway line on their first set of 6. 9-minute halves. We have a break of 2 or 3 minutes at half time. So first real attacking raid. Inside the Dragons half. Great attacking flair shown yesterday by the Highlanders. They'll be looking to take off how they finished late yesterday afternoon. So 60 seconds has elapsed, and there's the first knock on. Dragons ball right on their own 20-metre line.
It was a fairly composed start there for the Highlanders. They were looking to just go through a few hit-up plays and maybe build for something on the back end of that set. So the tactics might have been right, but they just failed to execute there with that cheap turnover. And now the Dragons work it back out to the 40.
The Dragons, as you'd expect, full of flair. Big boppers in the forward pack. They love to take the early yards. No stranger to offloading. And there's that ball out the back door. Picked up here by the Highlanders, but the referee is saying play the ball. As our pitchers take you into the heat of the battle. Straight through the gap. The fullback is home here for the Highlanders. They're keeping it alive. That's where we are, right on the 40. Good go forward. The opening set of 6 here for the Dragons. Support play, exceptional. The flick pass hits the deck. Dragons go back away and scoop up the lost ball. So the tackle count has not been restarted. Now they've got a penalty here. The Highlanders not back the required distance.
Yeah, the Dragons starting to show some of their class early here. They weren't waiting for any build-up. They just got straight into their attacking mode and now have earned a penalty, find themselves right within try-scoring range.
Highlanders. This will test their defence early on. The Dragons firing towards the goal line. The white stripe, as you can see. Only a metre or 2 away. The defence needs to be at its best. But the Dragons barging their way over the line. There is a question, I believe, on the put down. No try. They've lost the ball, the Dragons, over the try line. Let's have a look on the replay.
So they've got a tap, quick tap, dived over there and reaches over to score. Oh, cool. I don't know about that. Again, we're in the commentary box. We'll have to respect the referee's decision. This is going to show it a little better. Yeah, look, he didn't have full control. I think it could be a difference of interpretation, perhaps, the way it might have been ruled in other competitions.
Of course, the referee has the final say, of course. We respect the decision of our match officials. There's the Highlanders. The interchange bench will be worked well this morning. So it's absolute relief and a reprieve here. They're going to shoot for touch and find the touch line up around the 40-metre line. Of course, the Highlanders, they know how to go the length of the field. Some spectacular tries yesterday, folks, when not much was on. They were able to just turn it on in only a way that they know how. Look at this heavy impact here by the Dragons. Oh, welcome to Fiji. Welcome to the Fijian Cup. Cop that. And the hits yesterday, impeccable. It was tough, at times brutal, as they look to shoot this into touch, the Highlanders, and they immediately will go on the attack 30 metres away from the Dragons' goal line. What a kick for touch.
On the back of that lifting tackle penalty, the Highlanders now a first chance really to test out the Dragons' defence. It's been all the Dragons for the last 2 or 3 minutes, and they want to respond quickly here.
So what an opportunity here for the Highlanders. Big back line spread deep to the right. Losing the cookies in the middle of the field. And as we said yesterday, very humid conditions here. Ball handling has been at times difficult. As we would more than likely say, has been at times a cake of soap as the day unfolds with that high humidity that really comes into the conditions around midday lunchtime. But we have seen some early handling errors from both sides here in the opening clash of the morning. So let's see what the Dragons can throw off their own goal line here as they try to get outside their own 20 with grit, determination, support looming. They'll do well to stay in the field of play here.
Great cover defence there. He sized up his man and just waited, and then knew that it had to be a one-on-one tackle that stuck, and it did. And now they come on the second play and drive them back.
Well, there's only 9 Highlanders out there, and 5 of the 9 were in that tackle. They're here to play footy. Fijian Cup in all its glory. Great run from the back fence. 10 metres inside Highlanders is half a field. They look to come to that right edge. Nice scramble there by the Highlanders. They want to quick play the ball here, the Dragons. And they've received a penalty here, so they're just going to stab this into touch. Make a few extra metres. So that's where they are, right on the 10-metre line. So the swing of the charts, the attacking flair, it's all with the Dragons right here. Still searching for opening points. 3 in the tackle, right on their own goal line, the Highlanders. Are they about to break? The Dragons, well, they've gone without it again, so close to their own goal line, and they just can't cross the white stripe early on.
Yeah, white line fever for the Dragons. They've bombed 2 tries now. They've looked at better. They've had the better opportunities there, but just went without the ball, dropped the lolly short of the line. And the Highlanders hold on just a little bit more. Still no score on the Tourism Fiji scoreboard.
Yeah, just over 1.5 minutes, folks, remaining in the first half of footy. It's been 7.5 absorbing minutes of Fijian Cup footy. So we'll have a scrum packing down right on the 10.
It's interesting because the 9's format can produce high-scoring try-fests, and that's kind of what you come here expecting, but this has been a real grind.
It really has. There goes the kick. The Chasers are onside. Dragons going back to their halfway line. Here come the Chasers. Oh, what great entertainment. As I mentioned, the Chasers were onside, but the Dragons, credit to them. They've read the play well. They knew what was coming their way there. So they've got 30 seconds here to put points on the Fijian Cup scoreboard. Spinning out of tackles. A great buzz around the stadium. Finals day. Inside the 30 they rumble. The Dragons again breathing fire. Good cutout pass. They go for the line. They pin the ears back. There's the try. First try. We waited 9 minutes. But there it is. Dragons fire up on the scoreboard. 4-0 here on the Fijian Cup scoreboard, powered, of course, by Fiji Airways.
Well, they got 3 chances to score a try and they came home third time lucky here. Look at that bustling run there, just beating off tackle after tackle, and then they went to the fringes. Had the cover coming across, they just weren't there in time And the try out wide puts the Dragons in front 4-0 with a kick to come.
Here's the kick from the sideline, is coming back around, but just falling a little bit short. Let's have a look at the front-on shot here. Determination at its best. Unstoppable. That's half-time, folks. What an entertaining first half of footy here at Lawaqa Park here in Sigatoka. We're off to a break with the Dragons leading the Highlanders by 4 points to 0. We'll have more right after this.
Some are born into wealth or power, but in Fiji, we are born into happiness. It connects us not just to each other, but to our land and to all who play on it. It shows us its hidden depths and highest heights, because here we may be born into happiness, but there is more than enough to share.
Fabulous to have your company, folks, here on day 2 of the Fijian Cup 9's tournament live across Australia here on KO Sports in New Zealand on Sky NZ and locally here on Fiji TV. Welcome everybody to the Fijian Cup 9's of 2023. Well, the Dragons ended up taking them about 8 minutes to score first blood. But they're fired up and ready for the second half. But the Highlanders, there's only a try in at MG, anyone's game of footy at halftime.
Yeah, the Dragons probably have looked the better of it. They have had 3 try-scoring raids and only come up with the 1. Highlanders just haven't been able to execute their sets close to the Dragons' line. They'll be looking to sharpen that up. If they can score next, you know, it's game on, as they say. This was the first bobble at the line, unsuccessful. And then the drop ball just short of the line. So two attempts, no points. But then third time they got it right out wide. And that sees us at a 4-0 advantage to the Dragons.
It was only in the final 1 minute of the first half, ladies and gentlemen, where the Dragons were able to score the first try. So we're back underway, 9 minutes down, 9 minutes remaining. Highlanders just waiting a little bit patiently for our man with the whistle. And we're about to rumble for the second half here. Just waiting for our match officials to enter the stadium. Officials, of course. Still in the sheds. The players are keen. They're asking the question, can we play on without the match officials? And they got a very quick reply, no.
Well, the in-goal officials are on the field at the moment, so
yeah,
maybe they might be promoted to become the referee.
So there's our pictures on the sideline, folks. Patience just waiting patiently now for the referee and the touch judges to come back out of the main grandstand here.
Teams playing for a total prize pool of 50,000 Fijian dollars across the weekend, so there's good incentive for both local and international teams to come along and get involved in the Fijian Cup. Yesterday we had a full day of action as far as the pool tournament It's a concern with teams qualifying for today's finals. And I mentioned just before about the low-scoring affair in this particular one between the Dragons and the Highlanders. A real grind. Looks like there's a bit of official decision-making going on the sideline. But a real grind in this one, only a low-scoring affair, 4-0, the Dragons over the Highlanders. And whilst we did see some fantastic tries yesterday, some of the hits that we saw, if you didn't get a chance to watch it live, check it out on the replays or on the YouTube channel. Some of the hits would make the 13-a-side game discipline proud of what we saw there. Just some real barnstorming efforts, some big hits. It'd be great to see a highlights reel put together that at the end of the weekend, that's for sure.
So I'm just getting official word from the touchline from our floor manager, MG, that there's a medical condition. You would have remembered in the first half there was a head knock or two. So that the rules are of the tournament that the teams have to have sufficient medical requirements on the sideline in their tents where they are right now, like, for example, ice. So I'm hearing right now just through the line that they're waiting for some more ice to be provided to the ground, just in case we have any, bumps and bruises or anything along of those lines. So play has been stopped, ladies and gentlemen, until we find some cold ice, MG.
And I guess there's need all the medical revisions in place. So, look, it's a little bit bumpy as far as the organisation is concerned at the moment, but the Fijian Rugby League have been doing their best to get this show on the road. It's certainly attracting great attention both in here in Fiji and via our broadcast partners Sky TV and KO Sports in New Zealand and Australia. Plenty of attention being focused on this part of the world. You mentioned in the opener as well, it's actually NRL talent scouts here from the National Rugby League in Australia to try and find some players that are emerging through the local systems and to be the next big thing in the NRL.
Well, of course, Fiji has a very rich history in rugby league, hailing from this very town that we are in Sigatoka. Just got to go back, and I guess two names that spring to mind is dual internationals, Noah Nandruku and Lottie Takiri, who have paved the way for the game's popularity in these parts, MG.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, they are two household names, that's for sure. We'll take a break at this opportunity, and we'll come back as soon as we possibly can for continued action from the Fijian Cup.
Here from the Fijian Cup group. We've just wrapped up our primary school outreach, which has been another amazing experience for not only us, but for the schools here as well. Started with Luvu Village, we've done the clinics there, down to Tangange District Primary, and now we've just wrapped up at the heart of rugby here in Nandronga, which is the Ratufilisis Primary School. The whole setup and the build-up towards these events has been amazing. The footprint that this event will do for the sport in Fiji will be immense, and we can't wait to see where we're going to go in the future ones. No.
Some are born into wealth or power, but in Fiji, we are born into happiness. It fills our eyes, our ears, our lungs, and our bellies. Because here, we may be born into happiness, but there is more than enough to share.
The Fijian Cup, supporting grassroots Fiji. With international teams flying in to go up against the best club teams in Fiji. Over 50,000 in prizes for each sport, the Fijian Cup is placing a spotlight on untapped talent. A tournament like no other.
Luke here from the Fijian Cup crew. We've just wrapped up our primary school outreach, which has been another amazing experience for not only us, but for the schools here as well. Started with Luvu Village, we've done the clinics there, down to Tangange District Primary, and now we've just wrapped up at the heart of rugby here in Nandronga, which is the Ratufilisis Primary School. The whole setup and the build-up towards these events has been amazing. The footprint that this event will do for the sport in Fiji will be immense, and we can't wait to see where we're going to go in the future ones. Yeah.
And we're back live here, ladies and gentlemen, here in Sigatoka as we prepare to go around for the second half of our first clash here between the Dragons and the Highlanders. We're just waiting actually still for some ice to be delivered to the ground. Of course, we're playing under the law book, of course, and we've got a lot of NRL match officials here looking into the last couple of days of how this tournament has been run, but a very still morning here in Sigatoka, hitting 32 degrees. Of course, MG, let's just talk about the history of the competition. Of course, we're sitting on 27 degrees, but this is the second year that the Fijian Cup 9's has been going. I guess it's a unique opportunity for teams for both New Zealand and Australia, for that matter, to join a world-class Rugby League 9's tournament and make play alongside some of Fiji's finest sporting talent and emerging superstars.
Exactly, and the man on screen is the number one as far as the Fijian Cup is concerned, Rich Henry, and alongside of Rich, you saw on screen, joining us in commentary throughout the day, Josephine from the Fijian National Rugby League Women's Team.
Of course, a few teams that have pressed me yesterday, of course, the team from across the ditch. I think it's going to be very hard to stop the team 138, of course, playing in their second year here in the Fijian Cup 9's. It's just a great atmosphere here for them to come over. They wanted to be back here to be a part of this opportunity. I was speaking to a few of the boys this morning at breakfast, and they were just telling me, MG, that, you know, their vision was to come to Fiji, soak it in, play it, you know, take the experiences back across to New Zealand. And, mate, it's not just all about the footy, of course. I mean, a lot of the teams have been into schools. They've been visiting local villages. You know, they've been promoting it with their sponsors. And, mate, it's just, as I mentioned, behind this huge grandstand here, we've got jumping castles, we've got everything happening for the kids. It's just a great family day entertainment here at the Fiji Cup 9's.
And you talk about the community involvement. The teams, particularly ones coming from Australia and New Zealand, have really been asked to consider donating their jerseys, their shorts and other equipment in the Kit for Fiji initiative. There's one on screen right now. In fact, it's the Kit for Kit. Donate your kit so the teams can place their jerseys and shorts and the like in these bins at the conclusion of the tournament, and then that'll be distributed amongst the schools and youngsters in the local communities. And that'll be fantastic. Can you imagine a local Fiji boy or girl in these parts being able to pick up a jersey from the Fijian Cup? It'll be like Christmas come early, wouldn't it?
Oh, would it? What? You know, Christmas is only, 2 or 3 weeks away, but you're exactly right. It would come early. It's just, this is the thing, like we've got a lot of NRL superstars that have come out of Fiji, and there'll be plenty more, even more than we've had in the last 10, 20 years in the years ahead. And this is where it all starts. I mean, as we mentioned at the top of the program this morning, talent scouts are here from the North Queensland Cowboys. They're trying to unearth the next Noah Druku or whoever it is. They want to sign them up, bring them back into the Australian system and give them a crack at big-time rugby league.
And whilst obviously the National Rugby League in Australia, with the Warriors' participation from New Zealand, is the pinnacle of rugby league in these parts of the world, and indeed probably globally, it would be fair to say, the Auckland Rugby League is a very strong competition. And you talk about the 138 team that have come across from New Zealand. A few moments ago, we picked up some vision of the Warwick Hornets, also from New Zealand, the ladies team, and that is a star-studded lineup of women's rugby league players. They didn't perform to their high expectations. There they are again on screen yesterday, speaking to the team manager this morning. They're here to turn it up. The women have got a bit of a rev up from the coach and management staff overnight to say, look, we know we're better than this. We're going to come out and really show what we can achieve, because they've come here not just for a holiday, they've come here to win the Women's Rugby League Fijian Cup. So they'll be on screen next. In fact, our second match today will be the Hornets versus the Steelers. So hopefully not too far away for a resumption of play here from Lawaqa Park. We'll take another break and back shortly.
Luke here from the Fijian Cup group. We've just wrapped up our primary school outreach, which has been another amazing experience for not only us, but for the schools here as well. Started with Luvu Village, we've done the clinics there, down to Tangange District Primary, and now we've just wrapped up at the heart of rugby here in Nandronga, which is the Ratufilisis Primary School. The whole setup and the build-up towards these events has been amazing. The footprint that this event will do for the sport in Fiji will be immense, and we can't wait to see where we're going to go in the future ones.
Some are born into wealth or power, but in Fiji, we are born into happiness. It fills our eyes, our ears, our lungs, and our bellies. Because here, we may be born into happiness, but there is more than enough to share.
The Fijian Cup, supporting grassroots Fiji. With international teams flying in to go up against the best club teams in Fiji. Over 50,000 in prizes for each sport, the Fijian Cup is placing a spotlight on untapped talent. tournament like no other.
And we're back here, ladies and gentlemen, for the Fijian Cup 9's of 2023. Just keeping everybody up to date, folks. We've got a lack of medical equipment on the sideline. So under the international rule book of 9's footy, we can't keep going until the equipment turns up at the ground, because you just never know what rugby league produces, MG. You just never know from one bump to the other. So we're just waiting for the rest of the equipment to be distributed to the ground, and we should be able to get back underway as quickly as we can. Anyway, MG, throughout the week, of course, the media, the teams, we were all given a bit of an insight how to survive your first Fijian Cup. Now, let me just run through this while we've got some time for you. Now, the program pretty much says the Fijian Cup 9's is, as we know, an intensive weekend of sport, luxury vacation, and good old-fashioned community fun. You'd agree with that?
Oh, well, it's plenty of fun, that's for sure.
Oh, indeed. Now, the first thing we have to do to survive your first tournament, and this goes out to all of the players, is the hydration is key. We know what makes us so different in this part of the world. The brief says it's the heat, the humidity, and that's exactly right, isn't it? You know, we're touching 37 degrees right now. So that was one thing, but most importantly, know your limits. It's got here. The Fijian Cup is so hot throughout the day that the most crucial thing of anything over this 10-page brief, I think, MG, is this one on page 6, mate. Sleep. Now, the organisers have put it in the book in big writing, and they say, take it from us, you cannot survive the Fijian Cup 9's without a decent night's sleep. Now, mate, I know you love your sleep.
Oh, look, I'm a sloth, I think. You know, as much sleeping I can get.
Now, it's got here, you've got to have at least 9 hours of Fijian shut-eye. Are you in that vicinity?
Look,
from last night?
No, I was too tempted by all the fun and festivities at the Shangri-La, I must admit. But I've got out, I've put my shoes and my socks on, and I'm here today. So I'm doing okay. But
yep.
Look, you're right. It is a very important rule book that you're going through. Well, not a rule book, but a guidebook. You know, you've got to keep hydrated, got to sleep. All these things go pretty part and parcel. But it is important, I guess, for the teams, especially coming across here, that not to get too carried away with the festivities. That can happen tonight after the conclusion of the finals.
Of course, there's $50,000, ladies and gentlemen, of Fijian cash up for grabs here at stake. It has been fierce. The competition has been immense. And that's why we love the Fijian Cup 9's. So hydrate, sleep well, and remember to smile. That's the top three here in the program. As we see the medical equipment's been distributed amongst the ground, and we're ready for action, MG.
Yeah, you talk about the smiles. That's infectious, isn't it, in Fiji? All the locals are always smiling with the big bullers, and it does catch on.
As they say, we'll see you on the field. Speaking of the field, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Dragons, the first try of the first half. Are they able to go on with it? Here's Aori from the backfield. He brings it back into the line of defence. And he's met over the top there by Kia Mamali. They're looking for gaps through the middle. Oh, good strong tackle there. Coming from Suna Kia. As the Dragons now enter the Highlanders half by a further 10 or 11 metres. So here's Zuararas now. He shifts it to the left. Good floating ball.
Yeah, got a penalty here for an obstruction. Saw it clean as day. One of the Dragons players running in behind his teammate, creating an advantage penalty, rightly so, to the Highlanders.
So there's the Dragons bench looking on as we go to the replay here. There's the obstruction. The referee, the match official, right in the middle of the field. Had no other way of signalling that, but a penalty going to the Highlanders. A good kick for touch. A terrific kick for touch.
Well, both teams have had plenty of chance to recharge the batteries in that extended break, so let's see if the Highlanders can come on and rattle the Dragons. And they've got a penalty here, so back-to-back penalties, and they're going straight down the field with a quick tap.
So Varro takes the tap. Here's Vitelli from the backfield. Given away now to Mumamara. Deep numbers to the left. Here's a chance for the Highlanders. They're over. Oh, the Highlanders have scored the try. We're locked up at 4-all. It's Kimamalu. He gets over. Oh, the bench goes up. Oh, listen to the crowd. They're going off. They're in full song.
And the Highlanders bench very happy with the way they've reacted after the break. They were in the dogfight right throughout the first 9 minutes and then conceded practically on the halftime bell. But to come out and score the first try in the second half is just what was important for the assignment here. Difficult conversion from out wide.
And push to the right-hand side. We've got a ball game here. Don't go anywhere. Here in Sigatoka. Let's go to the replay. Beautiful shift. Never in doubt.
And they set it up really well because they drew them in through the middle and then they went out wide. And it's just a simple game plan, but it works so effectively, as you saw there.
So we're locked up at 4-all. 6 minutes remaining. And we're back underway. That allows the defence to come through and also the attack. Given away this time to Sigatoka. Did well to stay in the field of play. So they're on the attack again, the Highlanders. They've got 6 more tackles. The Dragons under the pump. They know they have to keep the Highlanders out here. Razzle, dazzle. Back there now to Tokavalu. Drop down right on the 10-metre line. So here's Nalawala. Good tackle around the legs there coming from Isra May. To his feet, plays the ball. Given back to the left. Here's Kalamalu. He tries to take them on. Great defence. Push back. To his feet. There's Varro. He goes short this time. This is Togatisi. 10 in the bin. Professional foul. So they're down to 8.
Well, all of a sudden things are getting a little uncomfortable for the Dragons. They had the better of it in the first half. They've conceded quickly in the second half. Then they failed to secure the ball off the kickoff, given away back-to-back penalties, and now have a player in the sin bin. So alarm bells starting to ring for the Dragons.
So Varro with the footy. Togatisi tries to do it himself. So close to that white stripe. 4 minutes out from full time. They go left. Here's Wakahiru. He'll go himself. And he has scored the try. Oh, they're rejoicing, the Highlanders. Well, the little fella, he puts his name up in lights. And the Highlanders, they've taken themselves to the front by 8-4 with a kick to come from 5 metres in from touch.
Well, isn't it a game of 2 halves? I know I'm pulling out all the classic rugby league commentary cliches, but just a stark difference to the dominance of the first half from the Dragons. Now the Highlanders have got themselves in a mood.
Here's the kick from the sideline, just falling short. Game on here. Let's go to the replay. Too big, too strong, too brilliant. Look at that beautiful shift. And he's got over the line and slams it down as the sun tries to peek its way through the heavy clouds here in Sigatoka. But game on here, and now it's in front of the Dragons to claw themselves back into the contest.
And with the play in the sin bin as well, it's going to be all that much harder.
Here's Iovea. He only knows one way, and that's straight through the middle corridor. Good tackle there by Nikabua. Heavy impact on the 40. Now there's a loss. Is there a lost ball? What's the referee doing here? I think he's trying to count the Dragons to see if they've got more than 9 on the field. He just did a quick count here, but he's happy with what he's seeing. So play continues here for the Dragons. This is Coe. He rumbles inside the 20-metre zone. So Highlanders leading by 8 points to 4. Now there's a penalty against the run of play here. They're looking to take the quick tap, but the referee has called the Highlanders back here. Oh, there's great tension around the stadium right now, MG.
Yeah, this one's really starting to boil over, isn't it? The Dragons are remonstrating to the referee here. A lot of challenge going on, but don't necessarily have a challenge as we do in the NRL system. The Dragons players clearly not happy with the way the referee has adjudicated there.
So the Dragons here. That's Ratu. Just going over to ask the match official his interpretation. He's clearly frustrated. Ratu.
I'll tell you what this has done. It's allowed the sin bin clock to wind down. So I don't know if that was a deliberate ploy. I dare say it's not, but it's a convenient byproduct of that long stoppage, and that kick won't find the sideline.
No. Falls short by a few metres, so an opportunity here for the Dragons to come back away with the ball as they go up the short side here. Did well to offload that pass down the touchline. This is Ko. He comes inside the 10. Taken down here about 5 metres in from the touchline. Numbers to the left-hand side. The Dragons look to shift it out here. Tova out the back door. Here's Avo. He tries to offload. He does offload it. Was that touched in flight? We'll keep an eye on the referee. It says to the Dragons, it's gone backwards here. So the tackle count is still effective here. Given back this time now to Ratu again. Holds the ball under his right arm. Quick play the ball. Given back then out to the right-hand side. Here's Mira with the ball. He throws the dummy. He's still going. Support is there. Razzle dazzle here from the Dragons. Collared and brought down. Great tackle there. Once more from Varo. That's the 10-metre line. Here's Ratu. He switches it. There was nearly an intercept. It's play on. It comes back then out to Ko. He's dropped down right on the 10. Chance again now for the Dragons. There's the gap. Here's a try under the post. Oh, incredible little dummy. And Io Sefa, he goes all the way for the Dragons. 8-all. Kick to come from right underneath the sticks.
I was saying to myself as that play unfolded, it's gone the wrong way. They had 4 Dragons unmarked out to the left. It was going to be a try every day of the week if they got it out to the fringes. But Iosefa, he backed himself and he needed to come up with something on the back of that play, because if he came up with nothing, his teammates would have been a little cranky. He's got the try and the chance now for the Dragons to hit the front on the back of a fairly routine conversion attempt.
Yeah, the kick from right in front of the sticks. The Dragons here clearly demonstrating something to our match official. Here's the kick from right in front. It's a beauty. The Dragons take us to the lead by 10 points to 8 on the Fijian Cup scoreboard. Wow, what a clash. And that is full time.
Yeah, they've stolen it on the bell.
They have stolen it on the bell. Io Sefa. What an incredible try, right on the bell. Victory here to the Dragons by 10 points to 8.
from the Fijian Cup crew. We've just wrapped up our primary school outreach, which has been another amazing experience for not only us, but for the schools here as well. Started with Luvu Village, we've done the clinics there, down to Tangange District Primary, and now we've just wrapped up at the heart of rugby here in Nandronga, which is the Ratu Felicis Primary School. The whole setup and the build-up towards these events has been amazing. The footprint that this event will do for the sport in Fiji will be immense, and we can't wait to see where we're going to go in the future ones.
The Fijian Cup, supporting grassroots Fiji. With international teams flying in to go up against the best club teams in Fiji. Over 50,000 in prizes for each sport, the Fijian Cup is placing a spotlight on untapped talent. A tournament like no other.
And welcome back to Lawaqa Park here in Sigatoka, Fiji's Coral Coast, playing host to the Fijian Cup 2023 Rugby League 9's. My name is Michael Golikov. Joining me in commentary for this one, Josephine Majors, the women's Fiji national team Bulikula captain. Good to have you again this morning. Welcome.
Thank you. Morning, Bulavinaka, everybody from here in Fiji and everyone abroad. Thank you for listening in.
Yeah, we've got the Hornets versus the Steelers coming on now, and the Hornets, of course, have come across from New Zealand, the Lamali Steelers, representing the pride of Fiji.
Yeah, the Lami Steelers. They are a local-based Fiji women's team here. Lovely to see the growth of some of these women, and a few of these players were also at the Solomon Islands at the South Pacific Games. So it's good to see them having another run and getting some game time. Yes.
Yeah, and you're certainly familiar with a number of the local women's players with your role in the Fiji national side.
Yep.
Any insights from yesterday's action that you've heard?
Yes, I mean, some of the girls that played with us at that represented Fiji at the PNG test, the Pacific test, and seeing them playing here yesterday, you see their level of play has improved. You can see how they are influencing the girls in their teams, and how the competition is really raising, and the bar's being raised, which is great. And even here today, like you've got the team list from the Howick Hornets, you've got a list of high caliber players where our Fiji girls can play against them, and they would never get that opportunity. So tournaments like this it's such a great space where this can be facilitated, and our girls can get a run and against high level talent from New Zealand. Because we have Crystal Rota, she was the New Zealand Warriors captain, New Zealand Kiwi Ferns 9's captain in Kiwi Ferns, and she's playing currently at the Newcastle Knights NRLW.
Okay, so she's lining up for the Hornets today?
Yeah, she's playing with the Hornets today. You've got the captain of the Cook Islands women's team who played the Pacific Games here as well, and you've got a few of the prop of the year from the Auckland rugby league. So this caliber of players to be playing here today against our local Fijian girls, it's an amazing opportunity for these Fijian girls to get a taste of how to play, to raise the bar a bit and play and compete against these girls. So thank you to Fijian Cup 9's for making this happen.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fantastic initiative, and very warm Fiji welcome to our viewers across in New Zealand on Sky Sports. No doubt you'll be cheering on the Howick Hornets in this one. Team in blue on the right, about to kick off. Also going to Australia on KO Sports, and Fiji TV carrying it across this great nation of Fiji. So the Steelers with first use of the football, and a driving tackle, a real contest for the ball. And they're claiming a one-on-one strip here, the Hornets too. Referee just checked to the sideline to see if that was okay.
Yeah, you got to play on. You can't just, stand there and complain about, the decision. You really got to get on with the game. It's a good tackle.
So Rua plays it back as the Hornets go straight on the attack. Little change of direction, and Stewart there will be tackled about 8 metres out from the Steelers line. Real opportunity here for the Howick Hornets to post early points as they now take a settler towards the middle. Strong run there by Vi. She'll be tackled about 3 metres out from the Steelers line. To the left they go. Got a good deep backline set. That's the way they steer the direction. Out there to Awara.
Too easy.
Here's a try the corner. They just worked it out there. And Taylor Curtis grabs the opener for the Howick Hornets. Well, it's just a classic game plan on that attack there. They drew through the middle, didn't they?
Yeah. Just a simple few hit-ups and then you spread it out wide. Especially now they're starting to get to be warm, getting warmed up in the heat. So you got to start to play smart now. It's second day because if you advance from here, you don't want to be carrying injuries to the next game. So it's playing smart, using your players for the right positions in the right spaces, getting to the right point, and then spread it.
Conversion attempt there from Tautari, unsuccessful. So no change to the scoreboard. Let's have a look at it again. And they just sucked in the defence and left a big gap for Curtis to go over fairly easily, almost untouched. Indeed it was. And she grabs the opener for the Howick Hornets. So you talked about the fact that it's a great opportunity for teams from Fiji to play the visitors. Well, I feel a little bit sorry for the Steelers here this morning because, Josephine, the Hornets were speaking to some of the captain and coaching staff earlier today.
Yep.
And they were a little disappointed by their own standards yesterday. So they've really come out with a more inspired, determined attitude, and that could be a little bit more difficult for the Steelers to overcome.
Yeah, and I think, now that it's finals, players kind of step it up a bit. It was a big day yesterday. It was very hot, whereas today got a bit of an overcast. So at least, yesterday, players we tend to get like that. We kind of, be hard on ourselves a bit. But I think look at them now, the way they're running, the way they're playing. They've got it all under pack, which is good. All the defense.
Yeah, this is looking good by the Steelers at the moment.
Good. Steelers are getting some meters, which is great.
Up towards the halfway. It's important to play safety first, and now they'll get a penalty as well, holding down in the tackle. So good structured start for the Steelers. You've got to do the hard yards before you can earn the right to play footy, as they say.
Correct, yes.
And now penalty will see the Steelers with the ball about 30 metres out from the Hornets line. Ball coming back to the tap-off position, and we're back underway.
A straight hit up there. Defense is slowing to play the ball.
So edging closer to the Hornets line. Can they pull an equaliser here? Little run through the middle of the ruck, and that was a good 7 or 8 metres, just inside the touch.
Players getting heated up. So good, so good.
So they look to centre it back through towards the middle. Again, playing a very conservative brand of football at the moment, the Steelers, but it's important that they can find a way to an attacking option. Now they set up for something out the back. Again, running towards the post, little offload there. Might have been touched by a Hornets player. Referee said play on. They spread it out to the wide. An overlap just closed, and they now have it about 15 metres out from the Hornets line. So looking good at the moment, the Steelers. Just need to find that little extra level. A little shot down the blind side. Can't find a way through there. And they'll be tackled on the last 10 metres out from the Hornets line.
Let's see what they've got in their bag now.
So they come across through the middle. Haven't got the deep as the back line set. Little lob over the top there. And Curtis was waiting there. She took it and stole the ball away to end that attacking raid by the Steelers.
A big run. A big run by Lisa Puetofono. Good meters there. It looks like they're going to go back. Oh, they're going the short side.
They come down the short side. The ball was out in front of Curtis. She couldn't take it in. Now, just coming back to that last Steelers set there, Josephine, I know they didn't score. They didn't earn a repeat set. But take that away from it. What was your thoughts on the way that they build up for something?
That was awesome to see them to the other side of the field, gain some momentum against a well-kitted team. That was good to get some momentum. I think just on their last ball, they should just come up with a play or a kick and just chase that, put a bit of pressure on the other team, which is great.
So now they get another chance at them pretty quickly as well with that turnover by the Hornets. Steelers back on the attack, about 18 metres out.
Hopefully we can get something in the back now. It's good defence now from the Hornet.
Driving tackle there, pushing them back, walking the Steelers away from their own try line, the Hornets, but still a few more tackles up their sleeve here. Run through the middle corridor. They can get a quick play of the ball, but the Hornets have been good at slowing down the tackle.
Slowing the play of the ball, which is great in terms of defence.
Come out to the right, then again centering the attack, little offload out the back. The ball hits the deck. It's still with the Steelers though. Tackle count starting to run out for the Steelers. And a player down here, so just a bit of concern for
one of the players.
Number 7, and that's Rakika. But up to her feet, plays the ball, and they go on with it here.
We're coming through.
Chance presenting itself for the Steelers. Very close to the line now. And a penalty here.
And another penalty.
Just too much interference in the ruck. And the Steelers will welcome that with open arms. Going back a few metres to just open up the line of attack here. Take the tap now. Got to be controlled here, the Steelers. They've earned this field possession and they need to convert it into points.
They just need some bit of a Fijian flair here. Pass the ball around, trying to create space, because the defense from Howicks, they've just got a wall there right in front of them.
Little one-out stuff there. And again, they go the short side. Still looking for that barge over play. Dangerously close to the try line that time. But again, the Hornets will turn them away. Hornets defense is compressed at the moment. Can the Steelers get it out there quickly? Not the crispest of pass. They still have it with the Steelers. Here's the sliding defense. If they can find something here, the Steelers. A jink and a weave. Then here's a try coming finally for the Steelers. They just got to get the ball to the line. And that persistence has paid off.
Persistence. Their determination got them over the line. To the right side, dragging it across to the left side.
Well, it's been a very controlled and measured start to the Steelers, and I'm impressed because...
Very impressed.
If you come out with too much flair, it can be costly, but you've got to be able to, as we say, earn the right to play the football, do the hard yards, and then work for something. The conversion is unsuccessful, but we're all locked up here 4-4 between the Howick Hornets and the Lamali Steelers.
Lamali Steelers looking good there.
They had to score.
That was a hard-earned, that was a well-earned try.
Yeah,
they worked hard to get there.
They did. They set it up and just able to break through that. Had an unmarked player as well that they could have utilised, but in the end they didn't need to. Short kick-off here by the Steelers. Well diffused, though, for the Hornets to go back on the attack. And looking for an early shift, they've dropped the ball. Well, they're a little bit rattled here at the moment. Abraham there. It wasn't the most direct pass to her. Had a bit of work to do to try and suck it in, and she's lost it forward. So half time now, and it is a very tight tussle. The Warwick Hornets having a real run for their money against the Lamali Steelers. It's 4-4. We're going to a break.
Some are born into wealth or power. But in Fiji, we are born into happiness. It fills our eyes, our ears, our lungs, and our bellies. Because here we may be born into happiness, but there is more than enough to share.
Oh, we didn't play good yesterday. We're going to come out today and not too far away from second half action here between the Lawaqa Steelers and the Warwick Hornets from New Zealand.
Yeah, we were just talking about how the Lawaqa Steelers, how they looked not structured, but they look grounded. They looked disciplined on the field today. For a local team, that's so good to see. The growth of the game and how they've been taught and how they've been coached. Just lovely to see that. They respected the ball and they took it through, and from the other end, just defend and then attacking all the way in. And yeah, it's so good to see that. And if they can keep maintaining that, that they will, they might get more balls over the line for them this morning.
Yeah, and there's the Hornets huddle at halftime. They're just trying to reset their focus because the Steelers are almost getting under their skin at the moment. The Hornets did come to this one as favourites, and then when all of a sudden things aren't going your way, it's important to try and maintain that focus. If you start playing catch-up footy, it can bring you all under.
Yeah, and there's a bit of tension there, and you need to stay cool-headed. You can't let your emotions get over you because it can affect the way you play, and then you get all heated up. And then, so all those things matter in terms of on game day. You're already fighting off the elements, the heat, early in the morning, and the temperatures. And then another thing to manage that tension. So the Lawaqa Steelers are really creating some tension, try to get them off guard. So, and it's all about tactics. So you, as an experienced player, you've got to be aware of those things and stay cool-headed.
Not so easy to stay cool-headed in these conditions, though. The sun is now beaming across Lawaqa Park.
Yeah.
And we're back underway with the kickoff from the Steelers, rolling along the ground and eventually cleaned up at the back there by the Hornets. And a good tackle, busting
good breakaway.
Looking for an offload, can't find one. So the second wave of defence finally arrives to shut it down. So the Hornets now bring it back through the middle. Nice offload at the line. Ruitt goes to ground. And they're claiming for a penalty here, holding down the tackle against the Steelers. So I'll take that and take a quick tap here. Hornets go straight on the attack. Up over the halfway line. Poate Yafado got them on the front foot there as the Hornets now go down the short side, bring it back through the middle. Look at that run, stepping, weaving, beating 3 or 4 tackles, and eventually
great run.
Stopped about 10
and
metres.
Still going.
Should be standing to her feet and playing it, or get the quick ball away, Abraham. They go down the short side.
So far, Abraham, yes. What a run.
Rota looking to put Curtis in for a second, and she'll get there to the line as well.
What a finisher.
She has got that finishing ability, Curtis. Didn't have a lot of work to do. It was all set up by her inside support. And it's important to be able to ice those opportunities, and Curtis does it well there.
She does it really well. The kick to come.
Not going to find the required distance there, so no change to the scoreboard. It is the Warwick Hornets 8, leading the Lawaqa Steelers 4. And the locals are in full voice here at Lawaqa Park.
Lovely to see all the support and all the singing and the chanting.
Here's another look at the replay. Just sucked in the defence, and then at left, a clear passage for Curtis to go over and score her second, and indeed the Hornets' second try of the match. Just that little scoot out of dummy half, sucked in the defender, and Curtis just too quick on that occasion. So back to the live action now, kicking off, and
now
Steelers.
we've got Lawaqa Steelers with some attack. Good run.
Yeah, up towards the halfway line now, about 10 metres inside from the grandstand touchline. Lawaqa plays it back.
Got a good hit.
Strong tackle over the
Strong
top.
tackle over the top. That's the Cool Cullen captain.
So now they come across to the centre corridor, and they'll get a penalty here.
Get a penalty.
And they much needed that too, because Hornets were really up in their face in the defence.
No, it's the other way around. Now we've got Lummy Steelers coming in. Going on the short side, being a bit careless with the ball.
And it spills out the back. Referee says no.
And that's going to cost you.
Very unfortunate on the back of that penalty. Couldn't complete the set there, the Steelers. So the Hornets, here's another look at it. That pass wasn't great, and then a strong tackle dislodged the ball. The referee says knock on. And the Hornets now have it back just up over their 40-metre line as they approach the halfway. So back through the middle they come.
Wasimava Ralava going in there to help out with the defence.
Now an opportunity for Curtis down the short side.
Curtis finding some space.
Realised,
taken down.
Yeah, she was running out of room, so she did well to come back in. Plays the ball on the Steelers' 40. Davis changed direction, calls Ava back through, and she finds a bit of room to move, still going, and then she's flung to the
Quick play the
turf.
ball.
22 metres out from the Steelers' line. Starting to look dangerous again, the Hornets. Bustling run, finds the offload. Ball out now to Tova. She got the pass away, it wasn't clean, but play on's the call. And the Hornets now dangerously close to the touchline. An offload there to Rua. She sets the ball free. Now to Tekavaka. And Tekavaka's going for the line, and she'll get there.
And she gets it over the line. What a run.
A little second, third and fourth phase play there for the Howard Hornets. They just kept it alive. They kept asking questions.
Yep, worked hard to get there. There's a well-earned try.
There's the put down. There's the fan celebration in the stands.
Fans are happy. Supporters are happy.
12-4 now with a kick to come.
Under 4 minutes to go. It's getting warmed up here. The sun is starting to come out now. It's getting warm here in Sigatoka.
Tova kicks that one across the face of the uprights, so no conversion attempt successful thus far. It is now 12-4. The Hornets leading the Steelers. Here's the put down once more. Had a bit of work to do. She attracted the Steelers' defence and able to find a way to the try line and get it down cleanly.
Tuck Howick's ready for a kick-off to the Lummy Steelers.
Great to have your company on Fiji TV, Sky Sports New Zealand and KO Sports Australia around the world on the live stream, as well as the kickoff is a nice one, deep down in field.
Nice deep, big kick.
And the Steelers running out of time here. The ball snatched out the back and picked up quickly by the Hornets. They could put it beyond down here. Abraham finds a support player coming through, and it'll be Lisa Rua who will put this one beyond doubt, you'd expect, with the try behind the posts.
Oh, was that awarded?
No, referee's calling it back.
Calling it back.
Calling it back. Looked like it was a certain try there, but the referee has had a different view of it. See if we can pick up. Here's the kick defusal. Play coming through. Dislodged the ball. And maybe it was ruled to be a knock-on from the tackle.
From Howick, yeah.
So Howick's knocked the ball forward.
Lummy Steelers really need to keep that ball alive, really need to maintain that ball possession.
So Steelers now working it out from the road and red zone. They'd love a penalty here. Up to the 40 now. 5 metres in from the scoreboard end of Lawaqa Park.
Let's see what Lummy Steelers can bring in past the halfway line.
Hornets girls there, shouting on inspiration.
Let's go. Good run.
Nice surge over the halfway line. Lawaqa there. Improve the position for the Steelers as they go for a
Trying to
scoop.
find some space. Running sideways.
Karabako gets the ball free, then standing to take it again. Tries to stand up the defender, but they just size her up and drive her into the turf about 30 metres out from the Hornets line. 70 seconds to go on this one. Hornets look set for victory. Can the Steelers, though?
Can the Steelers bring in a try today?
It'd be good if the local fans could see another Steelers try. Little lob over the top. Still play on for the Steelers. Got an opportunity out wide now. And they improve the position, but they run out of tackles on the set. And that is the last. It'll be a change up to the Hornets.
Lovely to see that they completed their set. It's good to see when players, teams complete their sets.
So it could be a cramp here for a Hornets player. So a little stoppage of play. Trainers on the field there. Doesn't look to be too serious with any luck.
There's the head coach.
They haven't had it all their way here, the Hornets, because the Steelers really took it up to them in the first half. We went to the sheds at 4-all.
Yep.
But it has been 2 unanswered tries in the second half.
Oh, and look at that run. What a strong run. Finding some feet.
Tautarari there, getting the Hornets back on the front foot, and now another good searching run through the middle. But that's full time here.
That is full time.
So the Howick Hornets 12 defeat the Lamali Steelers 4. Congratulations to the Hornets. They'll progress through to the finals.
To the Hornets, yes.
Lamali Steelers, commiserations to you, but you came here with a determined game plan, and we were impressed.
Very impressed. Very impressed.
So wrapping up here, 12-4 the final score. We'll take a break, and we're coming back with more from Lawaqa Park very soon.
Fans enjoying the win.
Looking here from the Fijian Cup crew. We've just wrapped up our primary school outreach, which has been another amazing experience for not only us, but for the schools here as well. Started with Luvu Village, we've done the clinics there, down to Tangange District Primary, and now we've just wrapped up at the heart of rugby here in Nandronga, which is the Ratufilisis Primary School. The whole setup and the build-up towards these events has been amazing. The footprint that this event will do for the sport in Fiji will be immense, and we can't wait to see where we're going to go in the future ones.
The Fijian Cup, supporting grassroots Fiji. With international teams flying in to go up against the best club teams in Fiji. Over 50,000 in prizes for each sport, the Fijian Cup is placing a spotlight on untapped talent. A tournament like no other.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Peter Jolly with you in the commentary box.
Welcome back, Peter.
Thank you, Josephine. Great to have your company with me as well. What a day.
What a day. We're already steaming hot in here in Fiji. It's 9:21 a.m. local Fiji time, and weather's heating up. And we've got two exciting women's teams, local teams, that are on display here. These two were in the grand final for their women's competition here. And the USB Raiders women took the finals. So police will want to come back today, just for want to come back and compete at another level again.
Yeah, of course. Let's just touch on the police Sharks, of course. There's big raps. I'll let you give me a little bit of understanding about the lady with the jersey number 20 on her back.
Yeah, number 20 on her back, Asanava de Ranuve. She's a girl to watch out for. She played with us at the SPG, the PNG Pacific Test and PNG in Solomon Islands. She's an upcoming player that you really want to watch for. And also Grace Wanga from the USB Raiders, leading them out is Salote, who is their captain, who captained the Fiji women's team to SPG in the Solomon Islands as well. And a few girls that you have a set of twins, Alessi Kilowekana and Mary Kilowekana. They are the two beautiful twins from the Tatai level who have represented Fiji in our national women's team. So the two teams have got, it's will be a really good game. The competition here will be great to watch.
Oh, you can't wipe the smiles off their faces. So here they come now, the Police Sharks and the Raiders making their way out onto Lawaqa Park on a very hot and steamy, typical ordinary day here in
typical ordinary Fiji day.
Fiji. And what a moment now we're observing. Watching the Raiders, as you can imagine back home, not too many people out in the sun trying to get as much shade cover as possible. Our match officials, they're making their way out onto the stadium right now, and we're about to rumble. The happy faces of the bench of the Raiders.
And the USB Raiders will be kicking off to the Police. This will be an exciting match.
So we're almost there, folks. Sit back and enjoy this one on a big day of finals football. You're with Peter Jolly and Josephine Majors, live on KO Sports, live into New Zealand this afternoon on Sky, and locally here on Fiji TV.
Have you got us and Rokomarama kicking off at number 1?
So the Raiders with a first defensive workout here as we see the Sharks. What a great attacking opportunity for them. They've come back to the 40-metre line already.
Ooh.
Oh, good, solid impact.
What a hit. That's one of the twins, either Alessi or Mary Kilowekana.
Let's take a look at this on the replay. Whack. And straight back up.
Straight back up.
So here come the Sharks again. What a chance, a golden chance for them. They've got a penalty here, right on the 40 of the Raiders. So we talk about the pendulum in the game of rugby league. It's 100% so far, swinging in favour of the Sharks in attack. So they're just going to take the tap here, folks. They do have the option to shoot for touch, but this is attacking 9's. As they rumble now inside the Raiders territory by 20 metres. Long floater. They got space out here. It's just a matter of linking up with support. Did well there to stay in the field of play was Coro. That's the 20 of the Raiders.
Good defence by the USP Raiders.
Great attacking flair. Out the back door. They've got to go away and pick the ball up.
Here's a number 20. She's going to find space. You can't give her space.
Long floater. And the touch judge puts his bright yellow fluoro flag up. So we'll have a changeover here to the Raiders, 30 metres out from their own goal line.
Now they get a chance to do some attack. You've got Salote, number 9, who is the captain of the Fiji women's team to the SPG. Great little hooker. Has a good run there. Now looking where to push through next. Looks like we're coming towards the left. Quick play the ball would be great for them, so they can maintain that momentum.
First time inside Sharks territory. And this will help.
This will help them a bit. Give them a bit of a breather. Give them a bit of... There we go, Grace Wanga.
So off the back fence. Wow, what an impressive run. And offload.
And offload.
Still a little bit of razzle-dazzle out here to the fringe. Good tackle there by the fullback from the Sharks in Coro. So first point on the offering here for the Raiders.
It's the second hit up from Grace Wanga. Heading up, and now you get one of... And back in.
The ball hits the deck. Anyone's ball. Sharks will pounce on it. And it's a penalty now to the Police Sharks, right on their own 10-metre line.
Yeah, they've got to protect that ball a bit more if they want to get over the line, and, you know, just consistently, just to be staying consistent. I mean, it's, you know, these two teams verse each other all the time, so there could be a bit of anxiety and all that in the mix. So once they get their foot back on, once they get a bit of stability, they'll be sweet. The Sharks got a bit of speed as well.
There's a Koska there. Did exceptionally well to remain in the field of play. Cutout pull was onto the chest here of Carroll. That's the halfway line. They rumble their way over. So quick play the ball as the Sharks down that left edge. They're attacking flair. Coro now. There's a penalty against the run of play here to the Raiders. A welcoming penalty. Now, there was also a question on that pass, but the referee, has given the attack back here to the Raiders on their own 30. There's the bench there from the Sharkies. So still searching here for opening points of the...
You just definitely need that bit of support from Grace Wanga.
So that's the thing, isn't it? Knowing what these players can do and their potential to offload. And so just sniff around and you may have that chance.
Those players that can, you know, bust through tackles and can have a bit of that offload. Grace Wanga does that really well.
So numbers here to the left. Looking to probe the gap through the middle, create space. There's a chance out to the left edge. Remaining in the field of play. Cut down here right on the 10. So 3 minutes remaining in the first half of football. Raiders, can they get there? Gee, they're determined, aren't they?
They're just short. I think they need to swing it up right.
They've got to go.
Oh.
They're coming to the left. They've got an overlap. Is this going to be the first try? They reach out. Is the ball on the line?
No.
No, says the referee.
Unlucky.
So unlucky.
All that effort. But it's good for them to know they could get that, you know, all that hard yards to get there. And there's that replay.
Only a whisker or two in that one.
Yeah, it's a good pressure from the police from getting in from marker and then and reduce their option to go out right where there's the overlap. Then they were forced to go left. So good defense.
So close.
So close.
So close. Here on a...
And it's 0-0. It's still 0-0 with under 3 minutes to go.
Gee, how fast has this first half gone?
It has gone a bit way too fast. And now we've got the girls ready for another set of attack from the police.
Oh, the Sharkies and the Raiders. They're having some fun here under the Fijian sun.
Good defense by Kula, one of our Fiji women's national women's team too. They went to the SPG.
So is it now? Gaps could appear. We'll find out very shortly. But the defence, it's willing. That's the halfway line. Look for the back line move, the shift, and a knock on here out on the left-hand edge. But what about the atmosphere coming here today? You know, all the teams, all the supporters in the adjacent streets, all waving their flags. They had the banners out.
Yeah, all ready for final series, and everyone's, you know,
how good is it?
Yeah. like all, everyone's filling up the stadium, all the players, all the families. Everyone's warming up on either side of the field. Lovely to see. Great atmosphere.
It's been a terrific tournament. There's that drop ball. So as you mentioned, Josephine, both sides are a little nervous early on finals day, but as the game unfolds, the nerves subside as the Sharks here take it past their own 30-metre line. Drop down in the tackle there was Sigatoka. Look for the little grubber. The chasers equal. They're coming across the Raiders.
Look at her run.
Beautiful movement down the touchline.
And we get the ball back.
And they will.
They will.
The Raiders. But what about this? As we're going to have a look on the replay, this was the chip and chase. Athleticism at its best here. And then the pickup.
And the Asena Rokomarama, she is also in one of the national women's team, has represented Fiji in the Rio Olympics.
Wow. They're getting closer, breaking away from tackles. There's your first try.
From Grace Wanga.
Grace Wanga opens
12.
up the account. Grace Wanga, first try here for the Raiders. And they're up by 4 points to 0 with a kick that comes right in front of the post.
Right in front of the post. So she was one of our props, a forward pack for the Fiji national women's team. One of the upcoming talent for Fiji. And I would love to see her in the NRL or NRLW space for her to grow. She's young, 21 years old. And the best player in the tournament this year for their women's competition.
And the kick is successful.
Successful for that, and we're going to half-time.
So we are going to half-time here, folks. Let's have a look at the try as it unfolded again. The tacklers fell off. The skill on full display for the world to see here. Going places.
Going places.
Speaking of going places, we're off to a break and we will be back for the second half. It's the Raiders leading by 6 points to 0 over the Police Blue.
Some are born into wealth or power, but in Fiji, we are born into happiness. It fills our eyes, our ears, our lungs, and our bellies. Because here we may be born into happiness, but there is more than enough to share.
And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to Lawaqa Park in beautiful Sigatoka here in Fiji for the Fijian Cup 9's. We're right across Australia this morning on KO Sports. G'day to all our folks back there taking our live coverage. Sky New Zealand and locally here on Fiji TV and worldwide on YouTube. That's the great thing about YouTube and you know, what we're trying to achieve with digital right now here at the NRL and Fiji Rugby League is the audience can be tuning in from anywhere, anytime, right 100%.
Here.
How
having
good
all
is
those
it?
different spaces and platforms where all of this can be exposed and get exposure to a women's game and the men's game and even Rugby League 9's.
Yeah.
It's it's an outfit that can be that can really shoot off like the sevens. because then it's easier to put together, and you can take teams on tournaments. It's easy to put together in a tournament format as well, like as organisers, and also as players and teams can take. You can only just need to take 15 players, because then you can have 9, then you have your substitutes. So, and having them in those formats, it'll be great to see Rugby League 9's to grow in Fiji as well. So yeah. Thank you to Fiji Tourism and Fiji Airways making this happen with Fiji Rugby League and all the sponsors on board. And now there's a kick-off from the Fiji Police.
So it is the Police. The kick-off here is the Raiders rumbling back beyond their own 20-metre line. Given back there now to
They're
the left
having
edge.
some good attack. They're having some good runs towards the Police. Now we're going the short side.
Staying in the field of play.
And maintaining possession, which is great. It'd be great to complete their set.
As they come to the halfway line now, the Raiders. Good strong surge through the middle corridor. Lovely step work. Beautiful work inside the 30.
Senna doing her thing with a stepping and a quick play of the ball. They're on a roll.
Are they what? They've come 40 metres here. Within 20 metres of the reach of the Police line. There goes the kick. The in-goal area. There's going to be pressure.
Wonderful. They can get the possession back.
We're going to have a goal line dropout.
Good smart play from USP Raiders.
And the talent scouts are here today. I've seen talent scouts, Josephine, from the North Queensland Cowboys in the building today.
Wonderful. That is awesome. To pick up some of our women's players or the men's players would be great. There's Salote. And a second try.
Beautiful work.
Second try from Grace Wanga. And again, always around the ball.
Yeah,
Always committing
stuff.
to defense.
Well, Grace Wanga, she knows where to position herself. If she's not scoring tries, she's setting up tries. But this time, she puts her name up in lights. And the Raiders go out to 10 points to 0.
And there's a second try to Grace Wanga in this morning.
She's picked up a double. Here's the kick from right in front. It's a ripper. 12 points to 0. Still plenty of time for the Police to claw their way back into the match. Here's it on the replay. That's class. Right underneath the black dot. Josephine Majors, of course, in the broadcast box.
Lovely to be here.
Great to have the Fijian women's captain here. Also with an extension with the South Sydney Rabbitohs for 2024. We look forward to seeing you go around again for the Rabbitohs.
Yes, pretty excited for a great season.
It's a big year ahead next year for you.
Yep, and then after that we've got the Pacific Test held in Fiji, that our Fiji women's, we need to qualify for the World Cup, and that's the dream. That's the dream for our Fiji women's. And there's a breakthrough from the Fiji Police.
So there's big opportunities for Fiji Rugby League next year. Making a name for yourself. That's what it's all about today. That's what the Fijian Cup's all about. The pass in the touch.
Well, the tension is brewing here on the stage here. You can hear all the supporters.
This is what this tournament is about. It's all about growing the player base, I guess, as well.
Correct.
And playing here in Fiji in front of your family and friends.
Nothing else like it. It's an awesome experience. Definitely we're looking forward to that in October. And there's a nice big hit up from the USP Raiders. We can quick play the ball and keep the momentum.
That's the 40-metre line. Just under 4 minutes remaining. The Raiders.
A good hit up by Alessi Kilawakana.
They certainly would love another
service.
try here to the left. This is where they're trying to execute their move, sucking in defenders, bringing in some D, and trying to work down again the police. Oh, there's a penalty against the run of play here. So what a reprieve here now for police. Let's go have a look at the replay thanks to Fijian Air. Hasn't given too many penalties in this game, our match official. But whilst there's life, there's hope. There's plenty of time left on the scoreboard for the police. But they've got to somehow get up the other end of the field. 4 minutes. That's the halfway line they're about to float across. Down the touchline. This is where the restart button is going to start again now for the police support on the left. There's the pass. It's hit the deck. It's a bit of hot potato. They straighten the attack. They fend away from one. Great tackle. What a run. The bench in awe of that. There's a penalty. Was it a professional foul? No, says the referee. They take the tap. They dive for the line. And the referee has said go back and
play it properly.
Played properly. So danger not gone here again for the Raiders. Grace is with the defense over the top. The Sharks searching for first points. Is it about to come here? They go for the corner. Can they get down the low? They can. Well, is that the comeback?
There's
Josephine Majors.
That is a comeback.
The pendulum is swinging backwards and forwards.
And the tension between these two teams is so exciting on the field.
They know they're only 2.5 minutes away. Oh, look at the smiles. You can't wipe them off. What a picture.
What a picture, what a game. So now they're going to try and kick that quickly, and you've got, under 3 minutes to go. They know they need to catch up.
Plenty of Kodak moments. Here's the kick. It's to the right-hand side. So no change. Let's again have a look at the replay. Well done to the live wire out here on the left. Special.
Staying square, move across laterally. You can actually get that, that ball runner. But yeah, good defense, good play of the ball, good game. They earned that. That was hard it was a big hurdle to try and get that try, and now they're on it again. And now you got Duvet, strong runner, very athletic.
What a great work ethic.
And all these girls are in the police force, so you can't really go and play for any other team. So once you're in the police force, you have to play for the Fiji police. So it's a great initiative that they're encouraging all our local players.
There's the yawning
there's a
hole.
Second try.
Picking up her double and gets it down.
Wow. That happened in a minute.
So they'll need to attempt the conversion as quickly as possible here. Time is still on their side. Now, it's not going to be an easy conversion. We know that. 15 metres to the left-hand side of the goal post. Oh, great tension around the grounds. Great support for both the Sharks and the Raiders. Here's the conversion from right in front, straight between the goal post. What a shot that is. As cool as a cucumber as well, coming around to try and improve the position for the goal kicker. Now the Sharks here, they may get the ball back, or the Raiders. They've sold the ball. Oh, the referee has said come back. Oh, no, they thought they were under the sticks. But the referee has spoilt the party.
Raiders ahead by 2 points. There's a tension here on the stage, tension on the stadium. And it's on the field too, so it's exciting.
So let's just take a look at this. The Raiders, well, what do you make of that? Fair call?
That was a fake call.
So the time now is well and truly with the Raiders. The siren's about to go any moment.
Look at Grace Wanga.
They're trying.
Carrying over 10 meters.
So hard to get the ball back, the police.
And there's full time, and the Raiders are in. They've worked hard for that.
What a battle. What a match. We really hope you enjoyed that, folks. But congratulations to the Raiders holding on by 2 points, 12 points to 10 in the end. They love it. Why not? Congratulations. Well, what we'll do, Josephine, we might take a break.
Yes.
And we will come back. There's so much more to come here on finals day. We've got quarter-final football coming your way very shortly. But we'll take a break here from Lawaqa Park and we'll be back with more Fijian Cup action right after this.